Oh, what's up, boys? It's episode 4 of Yakuza Whips. We talking about some VIP GT today. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So traditionally, you have a very clean and very subtle style for the VIP mod style. And today we're going to talk about the VIP GT styling. And what is VIP GT styling?
I mean, it's a pretty complex question, but I think to me, at least in the American VIP scene, I think VIP GT is just an escalated style of more aggressive like styling for VIP cars. I think VIP, like traditionally VIP cars are normally pretty sleek, kind of under the radar. Not too flashy. I mean, obviously, like there's flashy elements to all of these cars, but it's more of like a subtle down flex.
I would say it's definitely more track aggressive inspired. The aggressive nature in the build definitely needs to be there. Anything from aggressive body kits, aggressive wide bodies, aggressive wing even on some builds, you know. I would say the VIP GT styling, I begin to see it from early 2010 to 2014 era. That's when you start seeing companies like Aimgain, you know, when they first came out with their LS460 VIP GT build, that definitely broke the internet, you know, and till this day, it still looks super sick. They took the really aggressive USF 41 chassis and they definitely utilized the aggressive new updated front end and the rear end, and they added the new aggressive GT styling body kit as well as a really clean and slick wide body look. And, you know, paired with their air suspension kit and some really nice wheels definitely makes a really bold statement. Recently, you know, you definitely have companies like Black Pearl. You also have some companies like Mode Parfum that also came out with their aggressive styling. But, you know, for example, I would say in Japan, once you see some of these really aggressive stylings that came out with the VIP GT, I definitely, you know, there was this GS350, I believe it was a GS350 that I saw online. It was gunmetal and it's super VIP GT style modded, and the bumper style and the aggressive hood vents that you see on regular tuner cars definitely grabbed my eyes, and it definitely gave me a whole new outlook on like, hey, instead of, you don't have to build your VIP cars a certain way, you know, from the traditional way of how people build it, and you can actually build it to give like aggressive track stance or aggressive, really aggressive styling, and at the same time maintaining that class with the VIP styling.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot more aggressive like body line work, see a lot more aggressive venting, you see a lot more aggressive like lighting even. A lot of what I was looking at, I mean, even just like for me, like I was looking at more Black Pearl, more Sense brand type of stuff for my Y51, which was, I mean, it's kind of borderline with it, but definitely like Black Pearl for sure is a big name in that. The new Mode Parfum stuff, definitely like super GT stuff, way more aggressive than our average, I guess. I guess like Junction Produce would be someone that's like pretty like tame with their kits.
But that's not VIP GT though.
Yeah, I'm just like in comparison.
Yeah, Junction Produce is pretty tame. We could go into like some pioneers in the VIP GT people that's having some of their builds, you know what I'm saying? Talk about some of those. For me, I could talk about like who are the companies that's like pushing VIP GT in the States here. You know, obviously you have like Mike Vo with his fucking LS460 pushing the Black Pearl, and Black Pearl came up with a lot of their kits, and also like, you have like Koei USA with Cesar Luna's fucking LS460. He's been running his Aimgain GT kit on his LS460. And you also have guys like Mark Yoon, and then you also have guys like Nate Shanks.
I mean, it's definitely like a niche group of people for sure. It's definitely like lower key thing in the States right now.
Nobody knows about this, you know, and that's why we're like, hey, this is what it is.
For a lot of the VIP,
even the fucking big ass wing on a VIP car, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's definitely a lot more of a bold statement. It's a lot, I guess in a way, a lot younger of a styling, less classy, but not really like just for lack of better terms, like a more out there type of looking stuff. I see a lot more VIP GT stuff also having a lot more, I guess, like motor work, stuff like that done to it. I normally see like a lot of VIP GT, like a front bumper, a bunch of vents. You always see an intercooler most of the time.
Like supercharged, most likely turbo kits in a VIP car.
And I mean, not saying like, because I've seen a lot of VIP cars with tons of camber dragging on the ground and they still have a turbo kit for some reason. They're just out here with the flex. But I definitely see like a lot more like of a meteor fitment. I don't really see a bunch of them with grips of camber like over 20. And for a more like modest type of VIP scene, I guess like traditional VIP stuff, you see a lot of bigger camber numbers. You see a lot of more street sweeping like UFO action going on. Rather than, I think VIP GT, they do a lot more driving aspect type of stuff.
A lot more spirited driving.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's that good medium ground, and I think it's just more for the aggressive crowd of people. Obviously, I'm more geared towards it just because I'm younger with it. I guess I like the more bold stuff. I mean, even just from like my old builds, you can just tell like I definitely like hard dick ride, just people fucking going ape shit on the beat. I just want to see crazy shit happening.
Yeah, so I guess a couple things that definitely makes up the difference between a traditional VIP car. Off the top of my head, you know, I guess maybe one thing that I could think of is the choice of paint. VIP GT cars, I tend to see more people going more bold on their paint color.
100%.
You know, you see some oranges, you see some like greens, like some lighter colors that you definitely see on tuners more. And as far as like aggressive bumper vents, aggressive fender vents, aggressive any kind of vents on the car, you know, just to make it like super aggressive. And so sometimes you even see a huge wing on a VIP car, and that's definitely not traditional. But, you know, in a GT VIP setting, it can definitely be pulled off, even like really aggressive diffusers. And we've been even seeing people that runs supercharger kits, turbo kits on their VIP GT cars. You know, I feel like this kind of culture definitely stems up from the European AMG to the
100%,
you know, for the Mercedes, and also to the, you have your BMW's M series. It's, you know, obviously Lexus have their F Sport series, but still it's only a trim upgrade. And I feel like this is the way for the Japanese to pretty much,
this is their take on it,
take on pretty much the AMG series.
More of a Euro styling.
Yeah, exactly.
I think as an overall, like BMW and stuff like that, they definitely have had more aggressive styling on all their cars, so it definitely makes sense. And I think those cars, I mean, I don't know, I don't live in Japan, but I'm like pretty sure those cars are a lot bigger out there. A lot of the like Mercedes S-Class stuff, all of those like, I guess more performance oriented big body cars that are still super luxury, I think those are getting extremely popular out there. And I mean, just from what I've seen a lot of like W220s and stuff like that in Japan that are all like done up correctly, all super traditional stuff. And so I think that obviously the newer crowd is going to see like the newer Mercedes, newer BMW stuff. So it makes sense why it would be starting to be pushed now. And definitely accent colors as well. When you're talking about different colors, as an overall car, it's not grayscale. It's not, because I guess traditional in my head is like black, white, maybe
silver
and off, like a silver metal, or something that's all in the gray scale of colors.
If you're really wild, you know, you go red or blue, you know what I'm saying?
Very rarely, and I think GTs, at least, even if it is on grayscale, they have super flashy brake colors, super flashy like center cap color, I guess, just little accents, stuff like that.
Definitely. So now let's move on to what VIP GT's interior, some of the mods that people do for the interior mods. I definitely have seen racing bucket seats in their like fully luxury car. Like, yes, you do lose your heated cooling seats, or, you know, you lose your like full recline, automatic recline function. You have to fucking dial that shit by your hand. But hey, you know, it's definitely that racing track spirit. And personally, myself, I actually put some Ricardos in my LS460. And that's definitely inspired by the VIP GT look. And obviously, it's not as comfortable, but then if you want performance, if you want the seat to hold you when you're taking corners, you definitely want something that holds you there. So I feel like, you know, racing seats is definitely one of the biggest things that grabs my attention from like a VIP GT styling to like a regular VIP build.
It's definitely not just bolstered up seats with diamond stitch or something like that, or even just subtle mods. I mean, definitely in the 460, I'm pretty sure, but in my LS400, dude, those couches, like couch seats, you sliding around like crazy. So I think with any like type of spirited driving, especially with a super like, I guess, more aggressive style car, obviously you're probably going to be driving a little more aggressive. And with like super big flares, stuff like that, a lot of the times you're running a lot bigger of a wheel, and even at that camber level you still have a good amount of traction. So I could definitely see that being a big part in it.
Obviously, there's not too much info on VIP GT other than the styling that we see from Japan. Now, my question is, where do you see the style go in the next couple years in here in the States or in Japan?
I think Japan is going to obviously keep escalating. I think they get too bored. So I think, like, honestly, I think Japan's going to come out with some crazy shit here in the next couple of years. I think we'll see some big changes in the VIP scene, especially. But in the States, I mean, we kind of grab onto these, like, these trends and we hold on to them for so fucking long.
Yeah.
So I honestly see like with the newer cars coming out with more of a VIP GT stuff, I think especially with the newer like GS series and newer LS series, the more aggressive front end stuff like that. I think obviously our kits are going to continue to be more and more aggressive with that. And so I definitely see it staying for a while. I hope it does, honestly. I really like that styling. I'm definitely a butthurt for it. And I hope at some point it becomes more popular to the point where it's more widely looked at. I'm still like a big camber boy, and I still think that camber is like super cool. And this style doesn't really emphasize on camber as much. But I definitely think with time, I think it'll definitely grow into something a lot bigger here.
I feel like, honestly, like you said, with the newer cars and the newer styling of these cars becoming more aggressive, I would definitely see the trend going to that direction as well. Yeah, we could talk about some wheel choice. We see people like leaning more towards like JDM track style 3-piece wheels instead of your traditional big face VIP wheels or the really heavy wheels. They look more into something like your skinny 10 spokes or your skinny meshes, some like BBS.
Yeah, for some reason when I think of that, I always think of like BBS LMs or I guess even RS.
SSR.
Yeah.
What are those called? SP1s? Is it SP1s?
I think so, yeah.
SP3s?
Definitely the more mesh, like, I guess Meister oriented type of style. I think for VIP GT, I think they have a lot more of an aggressive style wheel. I think you see with more traditional stuff, you definitely see big face, you definitely see, I guess, I don't know. When I think about VIP in my head, I definitely think like traditional, like you're probably tucking, you're probably like baby step lip, or you're sitting on like a decent size like flat lip traditionally. I think for VIP GT, you're definitely looking at a more aggressive wheel, definitely a smaller lip, more brake clearance. I definitely see a lot more, I guess, big brake kit oriented stuff going on. I don't know. It's tricky. I think they're definitely really close. I think VIP traditionally and VIP GT are subcultures, or I guess VIP GT is a subculture of traditional VIP. And I mean, obviously, it stemmed from it. So I think there's just minor tweaks. A lot of what you see, like in I guess front bumper placement and different stylings with the body lines there. Please hate on me. Woo. All right, boys, that's going to conclude the 4th episode of Yakuza Whips. Obviously, everything we talked about in this video, there's barely any information on VIP GT. This is purely just our take on what we see VIP GT being. Obviously, we brought up some stuff from, I guess, the time area where it all came to our eyes, at least. But, dude, we don't live in Japan. We're not VIP GT geeks on it. Like, we did our research and we looked, but, dude, if you guys go do one Google search, like, you're not gonna find a whole lot. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. We're not super experts on the topic of VIP GT, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop a comment down below. Tell us what you guys thought. Tell us what you guys think about VIP GT. If you guys think it's here to stay in the States, or where you guys see VIP going with this trend. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Give us any feedback. See you guys later. Yeah.
I already cut like 5 vegetables with that shit.
Oh, fuck, dude.